All right, so here's your study guide for quiz 15. Number 1 here is multiple choice. Consider the leading term of each polynomial function. What is the end behavior of the graph? Hopefully you have the table from yesterday that I gave you in your notes. And identify the leading coefficient, which is right here, this negative 3x to the third. So all of your answer choices list negative 3x to the third as the leading term. And now we've got a negative a and an odd power. So if a is negative and the power is odd, just look right on your chart. What does it say? End behavior is up and down. So we got a right here. Since n is odd and a is negative, the end behavior is up and down. Oops. Problem number 2. Just make sure that all of your powers are in descending order. All right. And again, here's your leading term, 3x to the 7th. We've got an n that is, the n is the power. All right. So our n is 7. N is odd. A is positive. N is odd. A is positive. So A is positive. N is odd. That's down and up. So we're looking for down and up. End behavior is down and up. See right here. All right, remember it's ax to the nth. So the n is the power. The a is what's in front of the variable. And on problem number 3, okay, they're in descending order again, the powers are. We've got n that's even. A is negative. So A negative, N even is down and down. And that's answer choice B right here. Everybody okay with that? Problem number 4 asks you, what is the graph of 1/2 x to the third? So look, in this case, we're back to a x to the nth. We've got an a that's positive. We've got an n that's odd. When a is positive and n is odd, that's down and up, right? Down and up. So down and up could be answer choice A is a possibility. There's only 2 graphs that go down and up, agreed? Answer choice C goes up and down, so that's not an option. Answer choice D goes up and down, that's not an option. So it's only these 2 options. But look, do you see where graph B, it goes through the origin, doesn't it? And the coordinates of the origin are 0, 0. So if 0, 0 works in the original equation, then that's the correct graph. So we can check this. We're trying to find out if 0 is equal to 1/2 of, or 1/2 times 0 raised to the third. Yeah. So what's 0 to the third equal to? 0 to the third is 0. What's half of 0? 0. So 0 equals 0. So since that point 0, 0 is a solution to this equation, then our correct graph is B. Does that make sense to everybody? Just pick a distinct point. Once you narrow the graph down to 2, pick a distinct point on the graph and see if the x and y satisfy the equation. If they do, then that's the correct graph. If they don't, then it's not. Problem number 5, you are asked to classify by degree. When you classify by degree, you're looking for the highest exponent, the largest exponent in this polynomial. And that's right here. That's this 5x to the 5th. All right. Who remembers when you're classifying by degree what the 5th power is called? Good. Quintic. What was the 4th power called? Quartic. And the 3rd power? Good. And 2nd power? Quadratic. Good. And the 1st power? Linear. Excellent. Very good. All right, so problem number 6, classify by the number of terms. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. So straight out of the notes, this is a polynomial of 4 terms. And problems 7 and 8, you're asked to write these in standard form. So what you're going to do is distributive property. So we're going to start off here with number 7. We got negative 5x squared times negative 2x squared plus 2x to the third. We've got to multiply. We got to distribute this negative 5x squared. So negative 5x squared times negative 2x squared is 10x to the 4th. When you multiply variables and exponents, you add the powers together, okay? And then we got negative 5 times positive 2, which is negative 10, and x squared times x to the third is x to the 5th. So in standard form, our largest power, or our powers, need to be in descending order, so we just switch these. We go negative 10 x to the 5th plus 4x plus 10. Sorry about that. Plus 10x to the 4th. That is in standard form. All right, and then number 8 over here, we're going to distribute this negative 4x squared. So negative 4x squared, or negative 4 times negative 5 is 20. X squared times x squared is x to the 4th. Negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. And x squared times x to the third is x to the 5th. And then again, we have to put the powers in descending order, so we get negative 8 x to the 5th plus 20x to the fourth. And there is the polynomial in standard form. And I believe that's it for your study guide. All right. So you can use the rest of the period to complete your electronic assignments for the week, look over your study guide notes, and or work in the ALEKS app